Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome. It's your RJ, and it's time for the bot signal. If you don't know who I am, entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole online, or they're a carbon copy of everybody else, and they have a lot of trouble getting traction in the online spaces. So, I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, I can make them click. So, my friends, my grasshoppers, my darlings, today let us talk about TikTok. All right. Now, another social network, right? Some of you are groaning right now. Some of you are like, why more? Why more in social networking? And I will say, why more social media, we'll say, because I would say that TikTok can absolutely connect folks, but it's less about messaging and connecting and all of that, and kind of more to me about brand presence. So let's do a little simple explanation of what TikTok is. If you have been under a rock, and sometimes we are, as long as there are not germs under the rock, most of us are fine. But as you've been under a rock over the last year, there's a new social media presence in town and called TikTok. What it is either 15-second or 60-second videos. You shoot these with your phone. You can shoot them directly in TikTok, or you can upload video. It's your choice there, and it is not these videos, at least the ones that I've been watching, just hilarious. I mean, it's funny thing after funny thing after funny thing, basically, is what I was getting. There are all kinds of things that you can do to interact and engage with people on the program. But this is, I will say, much like Instagram, where you can't put a link in anything but your bio. Same rule on TikTok. You can't put a link in anything but your bio. However, you can put a couple of follow links on to maybe your YouTube, or I think Instagram is also a presence there. So it is an incredible tool, I think, to spread awareness of your brand. I think it's an incredible tool because seriously, so they have these things called challenges on TikTok. And that is where you issue a challenge, issue a little throwdown. Y'all remember a couple years ago when there was that ice bucket challenge and then everybody ice bucketed? Okay, fantastic. But what if you challenge people to a dance off? And so people are using TikTok a lot. I think some of the more successful folks that are using it are, they're challenging people to dance offs and different things, and then so everybody kind of looks at that and picks it up. It is a place to be silly. It is a place that is centered around personal expression of whatever you got going on. There's a lot of rants on there, which is kind of fun, depending on what they're ranting about. There's and on every video there's a place to make comments, so there's a lot of comments and stuff like that. I have yeah, you can put links in your Instagram if you want to. Just answering a question. You can put a link in your Instagram. It's no problem. That doesn't, that I would say 99.9% of people put links in their bio in their Instagram. So unless I misunderstood the question. Anyway, so people are challenging people to, to do different things. It is really lots of personal expression and silliness. Do not go on there and give people a pitch about your biz. No. Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Creativity and expression are king. And having fun, just kind of letting your hair down. That's TikTok. If you're comfortable being creative, if you are comfortable with being a goofball, if you're comfortable with looking a little foolish, whoa, TikTok's for you. Yes, do it. Do it. It is a great place to be. It's a great time to get in there. And it's a great way to expose your brand to followers. There's no way to, like on Facebook, they run ads and you collect people's information and all of that kind of stuff. They don't necessarily have a lot of mechanism in place for that right now, which I hope that they just don't do it. I hope that they kind of, one of the things that some of the major social networks have done, some of the ones that have been around a while, they lose their focus because they put so many things, they make so many things happen that they sort of lose focus on what the main experience should be. I enjoy TikTok because I know what the main experience is. I know exactly what I'm signing up for. They're not trying to be everything to everybody. This is a place where you need some giggling. Go to TikTok, baby. And there are some people that I found their stuff interesting enough that I went and I followed them. A couple of people I went and followed their YouTube or whatever. And it was kind of fun. It was kind of a fun experience. So as for engagement, is it a good engagement tool? If you can get 100 people, if you can get 1,000 people, 10,000 people doing a dance, yes, that's engaging. Of course it's engaging. If you can motivate people to do something, anything, then that's the key, right? That's the key for engagement marketing. If you can get, it's all about call and response, right? I don't mean to get all religious, but church used to a long time ago be a Catholic, and they have this call and response thing where they say something and then you say something back, and then they say something and you say something back. That, that kind of call and response, it's sort of bred into you. But anyway, and people do it at concerts too, right? Like it'll be a well-known song that of course everybody knows the lyrics to, and the singer on stage will be like, okay, now you sing this part. So they'll sing a part and then you sing a part. They'll sing a part, you do. And I do the same thing on stage when I'm speaking. I'll say something and I'll go, okay, say this after me. That's engagement. That is that really quick, yes, that appeals to me. Yes, I'm going to take that challenge on. Yes. And so I think TikTok is great for engagement. It's great for experiencing your brand in an informal way. It's great for exposure on your brand. Now, let me tell you, it is also a social network, meaning if you're going to plant your flag on any social media whatsoever, if you're going to be a person in the community, I mean, if you're going to plant your flag there, if you're going to be there, you got to be there. Can't just be somebody who is, posting, random stuff. If you're going to plant a flag, have a strategy. Do this for me, people. If you're going to plant a flag on a social network, have a strategy. Have a commitment to being there. Not just posting stuff, but also following others, seeing their posts, liking, commenting, doing all of the things, building a tribe, building a community. That's what in order to be successful on absolutely any social network at all. These are your things that you must do. Can't just post. just posting, that's just you're just adding yourself as another broadcaster in a sea of broadcasters. You also need to be, in addition to a broadcaster, you need to be a listener, and you need to give some love, give love everywhere. So it's a long-term thing. This is a garden. This is not a thing where you're going to get rich quick. Definitely not. But and maybe there are some sex. I've only been, on the case for a couple of weeks here, so there may be some stories out there. But for me, for my brand, it's absolutely a perfect place to hang out. Um, because I'm completely willing to look foolish. Hello. Completely willing to look foolish, completely willing to do fun things. And then, lead folks to my more serious stuff. To me, that is an easy yes, but what is not an easy yes is, do I have the time to really devote to being a community member? That's kind of what the decision is now. Do I have that time, and do I have that time to give? Because at first, when you're growing a tribe anywhere on earth, you want to grow a tribe, you got to be there, and sometimes you got to be there for a while before anything happens. So I'm excited about TikTok. I think it's an excellent engagement tool, but it's not one of those ones that you're gonna bam get a return on investment with, and live a life of glory. No, it is. It's for me. It's gonna be a garden. It's just gonna be a garden. Go till the stuff, water the plants, love on them a little bit all the time, and eventually, it can be one of those places where you really get a lot of traffic. Now, a lot of people are worried about TikTok a little bit because, well, different issues for different people, I guess. But a lot of entrepreneurs are like, okay, but is the demographic right? It's 16 to 24 or whatever. That is a lot of the people on TikTok. But people of all ages hang out there because, guys, it's exploded. It's exploded, and a ton of people are on there now. A ton of people on there, all ages, all stripes. And if you don't believe me, download the app and just for an hour watch and see how many people are on there participating, commenting, giving some love that aren't 16 to 24. There's a lot. There's a lot. So, my friends, I'm going to give TikTok the good old win. I'm going to give it a win. And I think that the only thing holding me back at this point is, can I devote that time at this point in my business? Is it something that I can devote some regular love to? Because here's my deal, and this might not be for you, but this is certainly my thing that I need to watch out for. I get all excited about something, and then I go, okay, what's next? So that's kind of why I give that caveat when I'm talking about new social media places, is because most of the time, we want to plant on a social media network. Now, hint, newer ones are a little bit easier to build a tribe on. A lot of times, and it really depends. It really depends on what platform you are on. It depends how much they actually do want you to connect with people. So, some networks are much, much better than others. And I believe that you know how to evaluate that stuff. But for me, the possibilities are pretty much endless. It's a great time to get on. because it still is kind of early. I think that TikTok, well, it actually comes from an app that is in China. I forget what the name of it is, but it's based off of that app, and it just decided it's going to bring that to Western culture, basically. But that was, 2018. It's 2020 now. It has not been around all that long. I got into messenger bots when messenger bots were about a year old. So this thing is about a year and a half old. Uh, Great time to get on. So I'd investigate. Here's what I did. I just sat down a couple different days, and first I just watched it. There's, it'll start feeding you some videos, and it just keeps going and going and going. You could do all day on that thing, and maybe you'll lose track of the time. But what I did was, on several different days, I just took an hour and watched, and then I wrote down kind of what I was seeing. What I was seeing was, it's a very diverse demographic. It's people saying all kinds of things. Some of it is entertaining and funny, and some of it is weird. And there's certainly a political, there's some politics going on there, but not the kind of arguing forever into the mist type political stuff going on that goes on in some social networks. So I wrote down my observations and then read a couple of articles. There are a couple of really good ones that Hootsuite has put out about, what TikTok is, and some brands that are having some real success on there. There is sponsored stuff. You can buy a spot basically in the timeline. It only, those spots are pretty exclusive though. It's not every few videos you are forced to see some ad. Thanks, YouTube. Oh, that did not make our lives better, YouTube. But you're not forced to see a whole bunch of ads. You might see a sponsored thing. Not very long, and those spots are very much spaced out. I think it's like one a day or something, if I recall my article correctly, which there's no guarantee. Anyway, so there are some things that you can pay for. There are some things that you can do there. But I think that a lot of the success just comes organically. Getting a following, all of that. Now, one other caveat before you go diving in is that sometimes it's easy to get carried away kind of in the moment, see that follower count and go, wow, I'm doing really, really well. If you're doing it to attract more people to your business, then make sure you stop and evaluate every once in a while. Is this bringing people? Is this bringing people to, new eyeballs to what I'm doing? Or is this just a fun side thing, and whatever I get, I get? Either goal is fine, but you don't want to be in a place where you're like, okay, I'm going to devote this time, and at the end of a certain period of time, I'm hoping to have, this much effect on my business. You don't want to start out that way and then realize you're just doing it. This is really just a hobby. That's a tough road. It's a tough road. So do your planning, do your own research, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And depending on my time availability, it's going to be worth it probably for me to try here in the near future too. So, all right, my friends, that's about all I know for the day. And yeah, if you are, we've got this giveaway going on. I need to announce about that giveaway for half of a VIP day. This thing is worth $5,000. Okay. I am giving it away because I want to celebrate all things black belt bots. This half a VIP day is where I will spend half a day with you, looking over where you're getting your leads, what that client journey is, and most importantly, where people are falling off, where people are dropping out in their client journey. And then I will suggest the tools and the strategies step by step to help you through plugging up those holes with engagement marketing. It's a valuable time, my friend, and you can get it for free. I have put the link in the comments. In the comments. Woo! Link in the description. I've put it in there already. So if you want to click on that, and it also encourages you to share with your friends. I wanna make this a reality for somebody out there. I want to turn the business around with engagement marketing. So if you or a friend need this thing, go follow that link and learn a little bit more about it. It's going to be an incredibly valuable experience for the person that gets that. And it's going to change their business. So yeah, real excited about that. Got some stuff going on about that today in my email list too. And so many things going on. So that's really all I've got for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to be right on time at 10 o'clock. Who knows? Maybe I will. But tomorrow is Friday Wins. Straight up at 10 o'clock Central, Friday Wins. Bring me all your wins. Bring me everything you need to celebrate this week. And I will see you in a bit.